Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to the vlog. It is the 19th of September, which means we are just 29 days out, and today we are going for our first 6-hour ride. Don't have my watch on, but a bit later than expected because someone, the first time I had my alarm set this week, struggled to fucking get up, fell back asleep. I'm literally so tired. It makes you feel like there's something wrong with you. You're like, why am I so tired? But then again, you're like, you're training, 15, 16, 17 hours a week. You're probably going to be tired and you're not going to feel better just after one sleep. So, yeah, sort of just remembering that because I've done it for so long and it sort of feels like my life now. This feels like just what I do. Training. You sort of forget that it's not normal, and that's probably the reason why you are feeling so tired. So, yeah, 29 days out, which feels crazy to say. It's soon come around. So it's less than a month, yeah, because it's the 18th of October, the race. So 6-hour ride today, a bit later than expected, which is annoying because when I stop, I won't have as long to stop. So I've got a haircut at 3 o'clock, because that was the only one they had before Barcelona. So I'd usually be doing this long cycle on Sunday, but I'm off to Barcelona, which means I won't be able to do it. So I want to get everything in before then. I don't know if you just saw, but I'm trying out sort of like race day nutrition. So I've got some Sturka stuff. There's like a sort of like welcome box of their bestsellers. So I just got this to try. And I'm going to aim for about like 90-ish grams of carbs an hour. So what I'm going to do is I need to get a bottle cage that essentially goes in the back of my saddle so I can fit 2 bottles on there, then 2 in my frame, which means I then have 4 bottles, which is then ideal. But right now I've only got 2, so I'm going to take 2 with this Mix 90 in, which is 90 grams of carbs, which is very, very nice. So 90 grams of carbs there, and I'm going to take a Mix 90 with me as well, because no doubt less than 2 litres of water isn't going to do me, 2 litres of fluids isn't going to do me for 6 hours. So I'm going to take another one of these with me just in my back pocket, and then once I finish one of those, fill it back up. So that's 3 hours there, and I won't have anything for the first hour because I've just eaten. So I need 5 hours. So that, and then for the rest, I'm going to do. We've got these gels, so I'm probably going to go for 3 of these for the next 2 hours. So I'll take 6 of these, 3 bottles, and then that is exactly 90 grams of carbs an hour. And we'll see how I get on. And we are going to stop. Of course, we're going to stop in Lewis. So technically, I could probably go without 3 of those because whilst it's not race day nutrition, I'm going to be having a treat or I'm going to be having like a pastry or like a steak slice or something along those lines. So that sort of adds as the carbs and the fats and the fucking shit. So yeah, that's what I've got. I need to put my clipless pedals back on. I need to get properly ready because I'm still standing there topless, and we should be leaving in 7 minutes. So yeah, I'm gonna put my pedals on, give my tyres a little pump, and then pack my shit, and then we're ready to go. Also, I've got my clip-on TT bars to try, so that's going to be quite fun. We fitted them last night, so yeah, that's also why I went to bed so late, and I'm pretty tired. Finally ready to go at, what is the time? 8:15, so probably cuts into the time we have to stop before I get back to my haircut, but not the end of the world. Still be able to get a good cycle in, which is the main thing. Oiled my chain, sorted all the bits out, pumped the tyres up, all bits that should have been done yesterday, but I was at work, and then when I got back, I was too tired. So you live and you actually don't learn, because I've made that mistake many times. As I said in the previous vlog, I would have felt better if I got it done in the evening, but alas, I went to bed and then I overslept my alarm. So ready to hit the road for 6 hours. So I'm not going to take my IronMal out. I will film what I can, but yeah, big ride ahead. Got my TT bars to test out and all that sort of jazz. So we'll see you on the ride. 6 whole hours.
For now, let's see Mal going aero. It looks alright. How's it feel? Oh. Super narrow or? TT position reveal with my clip-on TT bar rocking off my back. Getting some aero speeds though. Quick little bike swap. He wants to have a go on the Beast. I'm gonna have a go on this monkey bike. Just over 2 hours, in 2 hours 6 minutes to be precise. 50k done. Feeling pretty good. So the first hour didn't have any carbs because I'd eaten just before, and then I just had finished the Sturka 90 for the second hour, the first hour, sorry, and now we're going into the second hour. I'm going to have gel, so I've got 3 of the gel 30 plasma tech, so I've got 3 of these. He means first hour nothing, second hour bottle, third.
Yeah. Wait.
Because you don't count the first hour for carbs, but it's still an hour.
Okay, yeah, so into the third hour, but then it's only 2 hours something.
No, you're going into the third hour though. We're 2 hours of it in.
Yeah, he's right. So, yeah, so we're going into the third hour, and that's when I have these gels. So just switch between the gels and the liquid. I've got a gel 90 in the pack, of which I'll fill up at some point, but yeah, feeling good so far. We've done to Lewis and back, and now we're back on the way to Lewis. Loving these TTs as well. Like, I'm really, at first I was like, oh no, but I'm really getting used to them. We've had some, me and Tom had some good races, so yeah, pretty fun. Should I show you?
Yeah.
You guys film it?
Yeah.
Right. So I was getting used to like squidging my arse a bit further forward, getting comfortable. There's still some adjustments I need to make, like maybe raise these, but as far as time goes, it's good. I'm getting used to sitting in them for like 3, 4, 5 minutes or so. So yeah, I'll see you maybe 3 hour mark, 4 hour mark, who knows. But so far, so good. But on the way to Lewis now, we're going to Berwick, which has a really big climb. So yeah, we're going the other way around, long way around. We're going to do a big climb, get some elevation and practice for Cascais. Pretty good as far as gels goes. It's more liquidy compared to torque ones.
More liquid is like water and gels.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, here she is. Can't even bloody see the top.
You get around the corner and yep, still going. No.
Where is he? Where is he? Come on! $67k in, and we've got our first dual flat. So we've got to change the. I was flying down the hill. Thinking, where's Tar? I can't see him behind me. I was like, oh, maybe he thought I was going the other way and he's gone the other way. So I went to check, and then it turns out he's got a flat. So yeah, we're testing out my my little puncture repair kit. Well, it's not a repair kit. I've got a mini pump that I got from AliExpress, and some TPU inner tubes that I got from AliExpress, and some tie levers that I got from Decathlon. So yeah, let's see how long it takes us. Well, it takes Tar, because I'm not changing it. But
So he's well versed in punches. Mal used to get a puncher every day on the BMX.
yeah,
And he never changed one.
it's true. I used to get punctures all the time on my BMX. It's one of those things that's really annoying. The puncture is just so annoying, isn't it? It just slows down the ride, but they're pretty quick to change. So
We're going to see. Hopefully not the valves long enough. Yeah, it looks so. Should be alright. But yeah, we are in Lewes. So we've got to go home. We've got to go to Eastbourne. Eastbourne here. Home to Eastbourne. And then that should be our 6 hours. But yeah, we're nearly halfway now. So we'll see. Yeah. Little update for you. It's been about, what, not even 5 minutes? About 5 minutes and we're back on. The AliExpress pump is hard at work. The AliExpress TPU inner tubes are also hard at work. You cannot argue with that. And I've went in there, and God, as of course, not only is a BP garage a rip-off, but bloody M&S BP garage is even bigger rip-off. So I was like, Ty wanted a can of Coke. I'm sorry, I'm not paying nearly £2 for a can of Coke. So we've gone for 2 for £3. Went for a Luco and a little Red Bull to make sure we don't keel over. But that's nifty, that's actually quick, isn't it? It's what, 5 minutes?
Hard work.
Yeah, look. His hands look like that, so mine can look like that. And even if it was my bike, it'd be exactly the same.
That was good.
Yeah, that was good.
5 minutes.
That was good practice if you're on the race.
Don't need practice though. We've fucking done inner tubes since.
You've done inner tubes. Very good. When we ordered these, I was like, no. I love gels, won't need these, but for 3 hours in, I'm so like hungry
For real food.
Yeah. These are a touch. 50 grams of carbs per 1, 2. So 2 of those, 100 grams in an hour. Yeah. Very nice.
Whoa! Whoa!
What flavour is that one? Apple, cinnamon and caramel. Fucking so nice.
Halfway to, that would be a 70.3 done.
Too easy. Too easy.
Like, dankest, look at that. Yeah. That's bro. Tabletop.
Cheapskate aero.
Delicious steak bake.
Just what the doctor ordered.
And we got sugar-free Tango apple and
Facts.
Coke. Give us a review.
I'm not the steaky bit yet. Hey.
So good.
Yes, come on! Yeah!
We are now a fair few hours later than the ride. It is 10 minutes past 8. I was meant to film this wrap-up sort of video, as in how I felt about it after the ride, but I had to go and get a haircut mid-ride, essentially, because we left a bit later this morning. Felt so stupid doing it, but we left later than we anticipated this morning. My haircut was at 3 p.m. and then Tar got a puncture on the ride, which added on more minutes. So the haircut was at 3, and to finish the 6 hours, which I wanted to do and I set out to because I've made videos about it and I wanted to do it and that was my plan. I had no choice but to go and get a haircut at 5 hours 30 into the ride. It was lucky because it only took, I think I was back, it was at 3 and I was back on my bike at 3:17, so it was very speedy. Thank you for complimenting it. It was very speedy, which was good. So yeah, it was just one of those days where it's like, you know, I woke up had my alarm for 6. It really was a fucking all day jobby. Like I had my alarm for 6, sort of fell asleep, snoozed it, didn't get up till 6:30. And by the time I got up, 8, pissed around with the bikes. We left at like 8. And then we like rode to Lewes, rode back, Rode to Lewis again. Tire got a puncture. That took us about 25 minutes to sort. And then like when we stopped for a wee to fill the bottles up, and then we went back, and then we come back, and once you like stop at lights and stuff like that, and then it's, you know, just the minutes and minutes and minutes build up. And then before you know it, I just didn't have enough time, so I had to stop for a haircut. But then after the haircut, I ploughed on and got to 150k, which is just like, I was like riding back from the 150k, and I was like, I actually cannot believe I've just rode 150 kilometers. I think that's about 93 and a bit, 94 miles, which is like just insane. And because, like I said, by the time I woke up and then we rode and all that happened, then I had my haircut and I got home. I didn't get home till about 4. I fucking left at 8. Did like a full work shift on my fucking bike. So yeah, these things happen, but I'm glad to have got the 6 hours done. Just over 6 hours, 155k, which is just, I think, nearly 1,500 meters of elevation, which is good because I think that is around the elevation of the Cascade bike course, which is good. So it just goes to show that I can do it. And yeah, when I was on my way riding home, I started to get a little bit giddy. I was like, how the fuck have I just cycled 150k? Like, I got something up on the 8th of February on my stories on Instagram. I posted my longest cycle on the bike, which can't have been. I think I started training on like the 20 something of. I announced my Ironman. I was going to do one then, which is insane in itself to say. I announced I was doing an Ironman before I'd been for a run, before I know I could swim, or should I say, couldn't swim. On the 8th of February, I did my longest cycle, which was 53 minutes, and I just finished. That takes me up to, I think, about 9.5 hours this week on the bike. I've just done 6 on the trot and 150 kilometers, which is just, yeah. And although I feel like quite tired now, obviously you're going to, but I felt pretty okay. I think the fueling helped. So I think I had about at least 90 grams of carbs per hour. I had the Sturka 2 carb 90s. They were 90 grams. I had a bar 50, which was 50 grams. That was great. That was actually really nice. About in like the 3 hour mark, I got really hungry. Like, I'd been technically eating the carbs, but drinking them. But I was so hungry. I was like, you just want proper food. That bar 50 was like a squares bar, but even nicer. So that was delicious. Had that and like, I think I had that and a gel for one of the hours. That was 80 grams. And then I had 2 of those bottles, and I had a steak slice, and then I had another. Then I had 3 gels in an hour. That was 90 grams. So I was definitely fueled, and I definitely feel like that made a difference when I got home. Like, it's crazy to think I'd have to do an extra 30 kms and a marathon, but I felt like I could have run today. Like, I didn't feel like horrible. And I suppose on the day, it's one of those things, isn't it? It's like, all like in my head, it'll be like, it's over. You know, if you just keep put one foot in front of the other, keep up a decent pace for 4 and a bit hours, you know, it'll be over, and that'll be it. And you've only got to do it once. Well, I already think I'm going to do another Ironman, but yeah, felt pretty good after. Feeling okay now. I'm going to be running on some seriously heavy legs tomorrow. I've got my longest run tomorrow morning, which I think I'm going to do before work. I start work at 9, which means it's going to be a very early rise. And for me, again, I'm like a really like, I'm a big faffer. I will like get up at like 5, and I won't leave till like 6:30. I'll eat, and I have my coffee, and then I need a toilet, and I need a toilet again, and I need another toilet, and I go for a run, and whilst I'm out on my run, I'll probably need a toilet as well then. So yeah, if I get up at 5 and I leave by 5:45, that gives me 6:45, 7:45, another half an hour, 8:40. That gives me till 8:15, and then that gives me a nice time to get to work. So yeah, I don't fancy another 5 o'clock wake up, but I know that I'm working 9 till 1 tomorrow. So, oh, bloody part timer, I know. I'm working 9 to 1. I know if I leave it till after, I've also got packs. I'm going to Barcelona on Sunday. I know it's just not going to work. I need to get up, so I need a relatively early night tonight, a good night's sleep, and then we should be good for the morning. But yeah, they're going to be some seriously heavy legs, and that's what you want. My coach doesn't program like a lot of brick sessions. Just like, you know, doing your run at the end of the week is your legs going to be heavy. You know, I did them hill runs, and this morning my legs were so aching. Like the hills just take it out of your legs. Like, you think I train legs 3 times a week, and I have done since the start of the year when I train full body, but it just doesn't prepare you for like the hill sprints or the glutes, the hamstrings and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a heavy one. So I'm gonna be running heavy tomorrow, but I'm gonna fuel up, and I think that's made it definitely. Like I said, I definitely think that made a difference on the cycle. I felt pretty good. I think about. It's weird. I find when you cycle for a long time, there's very like ups and downs. You'll go through like a period where you think like you almost feel like you're flagging a bit, and then 20 minutes later you could be feeling fantastic, and then sort of hit a low again. I felt like I hit a little bit of a low at about 4 hours 30. But then once I had my haircut about 5 hours 30, I felt fine, and after my haircut, I was almost like flying. I was like, cause I think it's because the adrenaline of knowing it's nearly done. I was flying up and down the cycle path, and I was cycling on my own because Tar had a run to, and he went and finished on his own, and then I went and finished on mine once I went for a haircut. So, yeah, I'm very happy with that, and I'm really sort of like proud at the same time. It's yeah, it's not been an easy job, but it's been a good one, and it's been a worthwhile journey so far. So yeah, we're not done yet. We've still got a lot of work to do, but yeah, just feeling good about doing 150k. It's not a small achievement, and definitely not a small achievement. I know I'm gonna have to do that on race day with a marathon after, but I'm not naive to the fact that it's going to be hard. But I think it's worth celebrating that. 31 weeks ago or something, my longest ride was 53 minutes on a static bike. So yeah, it's you coming up here, or are you going to scratch me again like you did earlier? That's it. You just always sort of getting on something, but say hello. He's very like scratchy, always got like his claws out and stuff, but he's just sitting there nicely now. But I've sort of lost my trail of thought. But yeah, that was sort of a wrap up. I hopefully got some good clips out on the bike as well. But one thing I do think I will need is the 4 bottle cages. So the bottle cages on the back of the saddle, because I didn't fill my bottle up. So technically that whole ride, to be fair, when we stopped with when Tar stopped for his punch, we were at an M&S garage. So I had a Red Bull, I had a little bit of a drink there, but I had them 800 ml bottles, and it was, what are you doing, mate? It was hot today, very very hot. We got very lucky with the weather. We haven't had weather like this in a while, and it's looking cold next week. So yeah, I've got a bit of a tan. I don't know if you can see, right here. So yeah, got a bit of a tan on as well. And I was just like, you just have to like, cats just like have to like touch and like be near anything and like knock it over. Alright, that's knocking more stuff on my desk. Showing everyone your arsehole as well. Yeah, I've completely lost my trail of thought, but yeah, that was a good wrap up. The fueling made a difference. What else haven't I covered? I think I've covered everything. I think I've covered it to death. I've just spoke to you for 10 minutes, so they're all things worth talking about. And I think that's one of the biggest things with YouTube as well. Is I want to say what I want to say on YouTube. You're so like, on Instagram, you're so like, I've got to cut this out. I can't say this. I've got to make it this length, and I've got to hold people's attention. Whereas this, maybe it's not the best for views, but I don't care. It'd be cool to look back on anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna get my shit ready for the morning, and it's 8:30 now, so I'm gonna need to eat again. So yeah, I definitely don't think I was hydrated enough, and I didn't put salt tabs in my drink like I was meant to, so it was definitely low on the old sodium as well from the sweat. But these are all things you live and you learn, and that's the point of practicing race day nutrition and all that sort of jazz. So you're gonna chill out, watch a bit of YouTube, might edit a YouTube video, and then yeah, long run tomorrow, of which I will take you with. And yeah, if I don't film anything else today, subscribe. I appreciate it. We're doing road to 100 subs. I'm on 50 now. Road to 100 subs in 29 days. Let's see if we can do it if I don't speak to you again. But if I do, speak to you soon. If not, peace out. Thank you for watching. You're a real one. Appreciate every single like, subscribe, any support on my Instagram. I appreciate you guys. You know that.